Welcome back, everybody. And ain't it a good Monday to be back? We have Trump, a legislative obit, Chick-fil-A, and weather. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. Former President Donald Trump appeared in Cullman, Alabama over the weekend, drawing thousands on the 6th anniversary of his famous campaign rally at Ladd Peoples Stadium in Mobile, reports AL.com's Mike Cason. A number of Republican notables were present in Cullman. Congressman Mo Brooks spoke before Trump. With an eye on the 2022 U.S. Senate election, Brooks suggested it was time to look beyond the 2020 election and Trump's claims of election fraud that haven't been able to find any traction in court. Now, the suggestion to move beyond that election caught a few boos from the crowd because, that might have been a little like opening for Skinnerd and suggesting the crowd look beyond Freebird. They were there for the headliner and his greatest hits. And while Trump did mention that 2020 election, he didn't just look back and spent much of his time criticizing President Joe Biden and what he characterized as a failing administration. Of the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, Trump said, quote, "This will go down as one of the great military defeats of all time," end quote. Trump claimed that his withdrawal plan would have allowed the U.S. to leave Afghanistan with honor. The former president reminded the crowd that he had received his COVID-19 vaccination and encouraged others to get theirs as well. Alabama State Representative Thad McClammy passed away Saturday of natural causes, reports AL.com's Dennis Pillion. McClammy, a Montgomery Democrat, has been in the House since winning the '94 election for District 76. He's a graduate of Alabama State and Auburn University in Montgomery and was a real estate broker and developer. McClammy was the ranking minority member on the House Judiciary Committee and the House Military and Veterans Affairs Committee. House Republicans such as Mac McCutcheon and Steve Klaus praised his statesmanship and character. Thad McClammy was 78 years old. Several Chick-fil-A locations in Alabama have announced they'll be closing their dining rooms and blaming a staffing crisis and wore-out workers, reports AL.com's Lawrence Specker. Now remember, even beyond COVID-19, we have a labor market with near full employment, and hiring has reportedly been difficult for many in the industry. Now the Chick-fil-A dining room closures are affecting some locations in Calera, McCalla, Bessemer, and Madison. It's Monday, so let's talk about the weather. Weather reporter Lee Morgan is here to tell us a little bit about what we might expect in Alabama over the coming 7 days or so. What do you say, Lee?
Well, we're looking at a hot start to the week. Temperatures are going to be in the low mid-90s in some spots, Monday, Tuesday especially. So keep a lookout for heat advisories they may need to issue. That's when the heat index gets a good bit over 100, the feels like temperature. And then things should cool off, quote unquote, toward the end of the week, where highs will be in the low 90s or even upper 80s for you lucky people. Oh, yeah. And so rain chances will be low for those in north and central Alabama today and Tuesday, but they'll go up toward the end of the week. And South Alabama, they're going to have pretty much rain chances every day. Higher probably toward the end of the week. So just keep an eye out for that. And as far as the tropics goes, there's been a little chatter about a system potentially developing in the Northwest Caribbean or Southern Gulf this weekend or early next week. Just chatter, nothing confirmed. We'll just keep an eye on it and see. And even if something developed, there's no telling if it would affect Alabama or not. So nothing to worry about, just something to keep an eye on going into the weekend early next week, just in case.
All right. Well, thanks, Lee.
No problem.
And thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll be back here again tomorrow. Until then, stop by and see us anytime you want to. We're on the internet at al.com.